Alright, so we're talking about theory, hurdle technique. What are we doing when we run down the track? How is it that we clear the hurdles? Alright, ideally we're maintaining a sprint. Alright, this is the only thing that we do. And when we get to the last step before the hurdle, our body reacts into the position and continues sprinting. Alright, it's an error to get to that last step and attempt to clear the hurdle. Alright, so here's how we do it in practice. Alright, so I got the 42-inch hurdle here. And I don't want to make the attempt at clearing all 10 of them because that's very slow. So what I'm doing is I'm ingraining the last position before the hurdle. And that is right here. Right? So this is the position I need to teach my body. Alright, so I need to ingrain this position. But not only here, it needs to be exaggerated. Up on the tiptoe as tall as possible, so as to make sure our hips are elevated to the point where we don't have to make an adjustment. Alright, so at full speed, when we get to this last step, our body's gonna instinctively raise the hip height just enough to clear the hurdle and continue sprinting. Alright? And so that's what we're doing here. Right here. So we start with walkovers with the hurdle really low. We'll say 27 inches. Alright, now it's the same exact movement. I'm just gonna go over the right side, the lead leg. So it's this position that I need to teach my body. Alright? This position that I need to naturally get to when I'm sprinting into that hurdle. So everything that happens after this position is a reflex. The foot kicking forward is a reflex. It's not an attempt to kick the foot forward. You're sprinting through and the body opens up to clear the hurdle. Alright, so we practice hurdle walkovers. Here to teach the body this position right here. Alright, now if I do them lazy and I just walk over like this, or I let the lead leg go a little to the right like this, then I'm not teaching the body what it needs to do. And then when it gets to this step at full speed, it has 10 options. And of those 10 options, you're going to choose the wrong one, slow down and slow down and slow down. Which is why it's vital to perform hurdle technique. Just like it's vital to shoot free throws. Even though Steph Curry is the best three-point shooter in the game, he still shoots thousands of reps in practice every single week. He didn't just get to be the best and then decide that he doesn't do any more reps. That's not how it works. And it's the same thing with the hurdles. All right, you have to continually teach your body the exact position that you want to be in, that you have to be in to maintain most speed. All right, and this is where it starts walkovers. All right, and learning that the foot drives straight up to the hip. It's right here. All right, this is the position we're learning. And as the hurdle gets taller, you have to be more disciplined in your execution. Now I really have to make sure that I get it up high enough in order to clear the hurdle. Same thing at 33. You can be less lazy as the hurdle gets taller. In order to reach the same position, you're going to have to start exaggerating. Now I got to get on the toe here. Alright? Same thing when we move on up to 36. Now what's going to happen at 36? Now I'm going to have to take off further in order to clear it. It's coming in too close, I'm not going to have the space. And that's what naturally happens as the hurdle rises to 42 inches. You naturally take off further away because you need the space in order to get the leg up. Alright, so now at 36, now I really have to get on my toe, and I'm going to have to take momentum in order to get the actual rep in. Because going through from a standstill, I don't have the strength, so that's something I can be working on this fall, right? Being able to get here without needing the momentum of the walk. All right, moving on up to 39. High school boys height, 110 meter hurdles. Same thing. This position needs to be very comfortable into this hurdle. This position needs to be very comfortable. And at full speed, there's an extension of the leg on the ground. All right, and that's where you get the speed of the trail leg. All right, but first, it's here, and the trail leg keeps up. All right, so this is the position. 39 inches. Ideally, I want to develop the strength to be able to move through it like this. With my foot up, the flexibility enough to move through it just like that. And then it would be the same thing at 42. And so there's going to be a handful of 110 meter hurdlers that can actually walk over a 42-inch hurdle. All right? And everybody else is going to have to be very disciplined in making sure that they exaggerate through this position. Full extension through the trail leg, through the hip, keeping the foot dorsiflexed on top of the hurdle. When the foot leaves the ground, everything happens. Boom. The opening forward, the foot kicking forward, and it opens up on a downward angle. It should be on a downward angle because we ensured to get this position back here rather than the old school way of hurdling where they'll move flat through the hurdle here and now they're coming off of the hurdle way off of there. All right, so we're going to try and get into position immediately, boom, back here, so that we're coming down, all right? And that's what the pop overs are about. All right, put them down, and then nothing more approach yet. All right, so we'll go 36 inches. So when we do these with 5 hurdles in a row and 7 and 10 hurdles in a row, we're teaching our body that position we want to get to at full speed, which is here. All right, so now we're running full speed in a race, and the hurdle's there, and we don't want to make the attempt to clear it, so our body's instinctively gonna get us back to a height that we've seen through reps. So if we got 100 reps, right, and we did 100 reps, 1 inch over the hurdle, we did 200 reps, 2 inches over the hurdle, and we did 500 reps, 3 inches over the hurdle. At full speed, your body's going to be closer to those 3 inches above the hurdle because that's what you've gotten more reps of in practice. All right, so you have to just continue trying to perfect the marching popovers, working up to your race height, and once you are performing them there at that race height, now your body's learning the exact height that it needs to get to without your having to think it through at full speed. All right, so see a rep. All right, now we got 10 reps in a row. March, 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 march. Of those 10 reps, we have an average hip height, and now we're moving closer to that when we get to full speed. All right, hope that makes sense. We will go learning more in the next video. Questions, comments, let me know. Run faster, make them chase you.